Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another glorious episode of Jedi Talk. I am your host, Brad Hughes. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. We've got a good one for you this week. Some news. The full council's here. Winston's here,
including Winston.
We're having a good time. We got a guest. We got a guest on the show. Evan's here to my right. Tom's across from me, the Red Rapture himself. Evan, what's going on, brother?
Hello there. Nothing much, except the daily fun game of will it, won't it?
Will it, won't it? Will Cal drop today?
I don't know. No, it won't.
Meanwhile, on Batu.
That should be like those Twitter accounts that just like sports teams or whatever. It's like, did this team win? Yes or no? That's what it should be. Did Saber drop? No. Did Saber drop? No. But soon.
That's I hate when you go to Google something and it's like a recipe for cornbread. And it's like, you click on the article and it's like, my grandmother was a big fan of cornbread all the way from 18. It's like, what's the recipe?
Just want the recipe.
What are we doing here? Across from me to Evan's right, the man, the myth, the legend, Red Rapture himself, Tom Oakley. What's up, brother?
By the right of the council, by the will of the Force, Cal's lightsaber better drop when I'm there, or I'm going to burn Galaxy's Edge to a crisp.
When is the next? I could just imagine getting there like, ooh, we sold out like 20 minutes ago. That's always my luck.
That would probably happen to me.
It'll be back.
I know. I'm not. I know I'll get one, but
it's a matter of time.
This is one of the ones for me where I would go like aftermarket. I want this one.
Wow.
It's good. This one.
Yeah, and it's damn. Like I love
Winston
as soon as we hit
too.
record, he's as vocal as
fired
shit.
up. He's like he wants to be on the show.
He's fired up for the news today.
There's some good stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but there's some interesting stuff to talk about here. Have you
Now,
seen anything what we're going to talk about?
Most of it, yeah. With Cal Saber, though, I notoriously don't like the design of that prototype one, but who knows? When the real one comes out, I might like it and go, oh, I need that.
I don't get how you don't like it.
I just think that one was too bulky. I'm like, in the video game, it's not a big old bulk thing.
It's pretty
at the
big,
end. Like,
isn't it?
Yeah, but I feel like it's not
let's consult the expert.
obtuse. Like, yeah.
Don't forget it connects and it makes a double saber essentially, and he mods it throughout the game. So
I think that
I don't know.
The Shadow Hilt was like a test for that. I think this will have some sort of connecting ability.
That's a good point.
What if they go like full out Ahsoka color changer, except all the colors? Because in the video game, it's all the colors.
I think there's a reason this one's taking so long to get here. I mean, this poll was in 2019, right?
Yeah. It was. And they announced the winner not too long after that. And so it's like,
oh yeah, it was like a month after the poll it ran, and they're like, here's.
They had all this time. They put the order in. You know, the people across the pond and more supply chain issues. I'm sick of that excuse.
Best news of the week. You called it last week.
I did call that. I called it on the podcast.
You did.
He's been calling a lot lately. So you might as well just call Cal's right now so it happens.
I've been way off I had a good solid run of predictions.
My predictions are always off. So
masks at Disney have been completely lifted as long as you're fully vaccinated.
Yep.
But they're not like checking that.
I know.
Like, we're all fully vaccinated, so we don't care.
It should all just be by choice. If you're still uncomfortable, like Holly's I'm not going to say her name, but one of Holly's sisters has an immune disorder, and she's still like, I'm always wearing a mask.
Okay.
But she got the immune disorder during COVID. I think that kind of freaked her out.
For sure.
It's lupus. So
That
she's
would scare you.
Super concerned, but yeah, I'm not going to get into it. But she's a little bit of a hypocrite, but we're going to keep going.
I remember, so it would, when that was announced, it was announced Tuesday, right?
It was like the 15th, right?
Yeah, the 15th, the day after Valentine's Day. I had the longest day of work in a while, like just meetings out the ass. So Courtney comes running to me and just her phone's in my face and just says, look. And I said, and I read it real quick and I'm like, oh my God, no more. And like, I didn't say anything. I just lifted my arms way up in the air because I was on the call. And then I text Brad immediately and was just like, Brad, it happened.
I was like, what?
He's just like, what? And I said, Disney, mask.
I went, this is literally how it went down. Brad, it happened. No mask. I went, fuck yes.
Yeah.
Just like that at my desk.
Dude,
and Holly goes, what? I was like, they did it. And I was like, I was so excited, but I was like, why is it not just effective immediately? Like, why is there an arbitrary date? And also, when we were there for my birthday at Oga's the other night, why were they enforcing it? I don't understand.
They weren't enforcing that hard.
There's a lot of stuff to cover there because, like, for one, it was our first time at Oga's together.
Masks are required for the next 3 hours.
Yeah, now after that 3 hours, you're good. You're safe.
So stupid.
But that was finally our first time at
first
Oga's
time at Oga's
together.
We had a good time. It was a good night. Thank you guys for coming. I had a good time.
We had a couple of fuzzies with some yub nubs.
What did I have? A yub nub. I had 2 yub nubs, right?
You definitely had 2
I
yub
had the
nubs.
terrible slug slinger. I'm never going to get that again.
Yeah,
that one's hit or miss.
No,
Like-
it definitely missed.
Yeah.
It didn't look good. It
No, it
looks like
didn't.
dishwater.
That's the problem. Sometimes it's like watered down. Like, I don't know if it's just a bad. I don't know.
I don't know. Did they serve it over ice?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the problem, I think. As somebody who's like a cocktail
Maybe that's why
nerd,
it's watered down.
I think they do that obviously so they can fill it halfway up and then ice takes up half the volume for sure. But I think with a drink like that has like those specific ingredients in it, I think serving it up would be better because you're not.
Yeah.
I think they do that with the jet juice, and that's why it's so small.
True.
You know, they could make that drink in a bigger glass and put ice cubes in it, and it would look like a full drink.
Which what they should
anyway.
do instead of a shot.
Because it just tricks your brain, like, ooh, this is a bigger drink, even when it's not.
Yeah.
But
But I immediately was blaring "Mask Off" by Future at home. I played it like 5 times on loop, and Taylor was like, "I've never even heard this song. What are you doing?" And I'm like,
I'm just glad,
Mask
man.
off.
See,
It's
to me
gone.
now, like, as long as this stays,
"I don't think
long
we're
as
going
it
back."
stays.
Yeah.
Look, the poll numbers. I'm sorry. I mean, the science has changed. So
which science
that's
changes.
why
People used to think the Earth was flat. Now we know better.
No, people still think
Science
it's flat.
changes. That's not what this is. But science has changed.
no, it is. As much as we don't want to get into the politics type of thing, but it is a politics game. This goes both sides, right? I had seen sides that are ripping on the mandates now. In early on, they were like, wear a mask, wear a mask. Doug Ducey from Arizona kept telling people to wear masks, even though we never had a mandate, but still. And this is political, right? And that's why I don't think Disney's going to rescind. I don't think Universal's definitely not going to because they sit at the cool kids table when it comes to this. I think
Disney already did this once, though. They did waffle back and forth once.
They did.
So
I think they learned their lesson.
Yeah.
And
I just want to say, like, there's clearly a difference from crowd levels from pre-mask to now.
we're 100% full now. Like,
it's
we have
nuts.
to
I mean,
be.
like this weekend, we're hoping
shoulder to
crowd doesn't
shoulder,
drop
like,
because there's
no
literally
park
availability.
reservations.
You can't
Yeah.
find anything. So
Nope.
I think it's
painful.
I think
to
it's a
see.
good sign. I know a lot of people canceled their trips when they redid the mask thing.
Yeah.
I know personally people who were like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
It's
Why
too
would
hot.
you? Yeah.
It's just because it's too hot. Like it's not even a health thing. They're just like I can't walk in a mask for 4 days.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
But I also think too maybe it's partially because of the Halcyon.
Hopefully.
Coincidentally, next week is the media preview.
No, look at that.
What a
28th.
strange coincidence.
Look, nobody in the media was going to wear masks on that thing anyway.
Well, it's kind of hard when you we'll segue into this here when you saw the video that dropped earlier today.
I
right?
didn't watch it because I just didn't want to see any spoilers.
You're so close. It's like
well, I got my official email with a continuous countdown on my email.
oh sweet.
It's moving clock. I'm at 26 days right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dang.
So it's real. Like now I know it's real.
Days.
Well,
That's the first official thing I've gotten from them, aside from like I downloaded the Play app and it's on my Play app. But that was like, it's just some weird app. Like, but getting an email with all this confirmation numbers, I'm like, okay,
yeah,
it's
it feels real.
Yeah.
It
was like a 2.5 minute video.
Yeah, it was 2 minutes.
2.5 minutes. Yeah.
2:32 was actually the
See,
time.
like visually, I
I
don't
only
want
know
to
that
see
because
it.
I was staring at the screen
But
while
if-
it was paused waiting for
right.
Holly to get off a work call.
If you guys want to say
I was
and
off today.
describe the video, that's cool. But I don't want to watch the video.
That's
So
fair.
you can talk about
I
it.
think we can talk about
You
it.
can talk about it.
Truly, it didn't ruin anything for me.
Yep.
It's-
Same here.
It was cool. Like they were talking about like story beats and stuff, but I didn't see any story being really mentioned. They had Matt
No.
Martin, the guy who was like the head of the creative team. He's got a new title now, which I didn't know.
Huh.
I used to talk to him a lot on Twitter. He was very interactive.
Was Ann Morrow in the video at all?
No.
That must have been their way of being like, don't think about that last video we did. Even though she's awesome because she's a huge
I
part
like
of it.
Ann Morrow.
I do too.
To me, it's I've always we've said this before. I've not understood the backlash for this.
Nope.
I don't get it. I'm excited. I don't care.
Yeah.
But the backlash to me has never been consistent, and it just seems like they're just hating on it because they're hating on it.
Yep.
Oh, 100% just hating to hate.
And we've said it
'Cause
before,
it's
jealousy.
Star Wars fans. They hated on Galaxy's Edge before it opened, then Rise opened. I truly think that Rise of the Resistance is the only thing in Star Wars that is just. There's never been anyone that said a bad thing about it.
Probably true. There's never been a fan that's like, that sucked, or that was
I don't know anyone who
disappointing.
goes like, that sucks.
I've heard guests before just say it's all right. And actually, I think we were at Trader Sam's, and that one random night, and the people across from us were just like, "It was all right."
I liked Forbidden Journey better. Okay.
Wait, they said Forbidden Journey?
I know people that say Flight of
Passage.
Passage.
No, Flight of Passage. Yeah,
that
always
baffles me.
Wrong
Like,
part.
I don't understand.
I can see Forbidden Journey. Like, okay, you can make a case,
I
but
make fun of those people. Like, oh,
but
park me in
watching a
front of
movie,
screen, I'm dumb.
yeah, no,
Ooh,
watching a movie is
screen.
not better. No,
No,
yeah.
I always give the comparison. Like, think about the Haunted Mansion ride, and then think about like being on the Haunted Mansion, but you're just like virtually going through it on a screen.
It's basically like Haunted Mansion and Soarin'.
Yeah.
You know, Rise and Flight of Passage are the new versions of Haunted Mansion and the new versions of Soarin'. Like, you would never say Soarin's better than the Haunted Mansion.
I don't understand why anyone would like
Flight of Passage
versus
but
just
Rise,
call it Avatar.
Avatar.
Right? Rise had a bad day the other day.
I still prefer River Journey to Flight of Passage.
I think I do too. But Rise,
there's not much to it, but I like rides where you go through a physical space. It's just more entertaining to me.
Yeah, and that animatronic is crazy at the end.
Yeah,
that is wild. Yeah,
but
that's worth it right there. But I don't know.
I keep getting more worried though. Like, if Rise is down on the day that we go to Batu, what do they do?
They're going to do something.
It's been happening a lot lately,
you.
where it's been down a good chunk of the day. So,
well, last 3 times I've tried to get on it.
Yeah,
I could be up to 90.
Oh, is your plan going to get out of sync here?
No, because I'm just going to do it.
You just have to go like 5 days in a row once, or just do it 5 times in a day.
Twist my arm. I guess I'll go to Hollywood Studios.
Yeah. Go buy that Genie Plus Lightning Lane, bro.
No.
Do it 5 times in a day.
No.
By the time that he gets into the park, even if he rope drops for APs, they're all bought up by resort guests anyway.
That's true. Good.
Yeah,
good. So I don't even have like a chance to think about wasting money.
Before we break down this Halcyon thing real quick, did you guys do the annual pass holder survey? I lit them up.
I haven't got one.
I do every survey they send.
Oh yeah, I do it no matter what. I did one from the Animal Kingdom Lodge stay.
I lit them up so bad
so
that
did
I
I.
took screenshots.
I would. I want to do it. If I get it, I'll do it.
I'm
but I
going to
haven't
send
got
it to
it.
Lynn. I lit
Oh
them
yeah.
up.
Oh yeah.
Why have you not done Lightning Lane yet? Because it's a scam and it's not effective in any way.
Nope.
Anyway, so let's talk about this Halcyon thing. I was truly... The visuals are very quick because basically the bulk of the video is them talking about the development of it and the interactivity between Lucasfilm and Imagineering, which is cool to hear.
Right.
It's a different Imagineer, so I don't know if Ann Morrow's like out.
I doubt she's not out, but
Nah.
I want to know how much.
Or when I say out, I don't mean like fired. I mean like
No.
maybe she's doing a different job.
Could be that.
She could have gotten promoted because of this. Like who knows what it is. She's not there.
She might be working on the cruise ship right now for their Star Wars thing. Like, you never know.
Something I don't know, but she wasn't there, which I thought was interesting.
My question is like, do they collaborate with Scott Trowbridge at all, or is he did Galaxy's Edge? He's done.
Do you not remember the roundtable they did like a year ago?
Oh yeah, okay.
And they talked about this was in development the same time Batu was in development.
Right. It's almost like how you look at the TV shows, where like Galaxy's Edge was his TV show, and Morrow's TV show is the Halcyon. Like it's kind of how they're doing that. And like he was involved a little bit, but like it's not his project.
This is his project. He's the head Imagineer on this. He's
on the Star Cruiser is. Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, he's on both.
Okay.
So basically, they show you like a few shots. Like they show what looks like, I don't know this for a fact, but it looks like to me the it's not an escape pod, but the shuttle up to the Halcyon. It looks like that door opens up and you kind of see a little bit of the hallway. You can't
into
see
the
it 'cause
atrium.
it's blurred. Yeah.
Oh, so you can't see the atrium.
It just looked like a hallway.
Okay.
I've obviously I haven't been there yet, so I don't know what I'm looking at. Looked really cool. They did show a little bit of the atrium, but they were showing very. I don't know if you noticed this. It was very tight and very controlled views.
Yeah, of
it's
course.
like this column you can kind of see a little bit.
Yeah,
and then they showed the bar, which looks. Dude, I might not go to Batu. I just hang out at that bar,
and that was people's
dope.
That was people's not warranted complaints about that last video. Was the bar look bad? I'm like, I didn't think it did.
It doesn't look bad.
But does it look better in this one even?
Oh, dude, it looks. Don't you think it looked great?
Yeah,
it looked.
Everything
phenomenal.
I saw was good, and I don't think it spoiled anything. You know, they told us
it didn't spoil anything at all.
They told us a lot of what we already know. And no, if I were him, I wouldn't watch it.
Yeah, 26 days.
Yeah,
I would.
26 days. Don't watch it because there are some things they quickly pan by that you see that we haven't seen yet. So,
I will say Chewie interacting with the guests in that one scene. I don't want to ruin it because he's going to be on it soon.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah, it was.
But that's the concept art. Like you've seen
it
already.
Right. You already knew that.
There was nothing new to me in this whatsoever.
Not at all.
I'm reading the email I got to see if there's anything special. They talk about the data bands a little bit.
Did they call them magic bands?
Bands allow you to interact with sensors called access points on board the Halcyon Star Cruiser at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and throughout Walt Disney World Resort. You may be more familiar with their common uses, including unlocking hotel rooms, connecting Disney Photo Pass, charging food and merch to your
I think
hotel
these are
room.
Going to be the Magic Band Pluses. I think this is going to be the first Magic Band Plus.
Says guests of Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser voyages receive exclusive Magic Bands as part of their vacation package.
This is worth it for me just for this fucking Magic
Oh,
Band.
my God. $2,500
I bought
Magic
6
Band?
Magic Bands this week. I've
Jesus
got a real
Christ.
problem. You see the new
I
Mando
own-
one?
I own
What?
2.
Grogu?
I own 2.
No.
How do you buy
unless
6
you
in a
shared
week?
It, yeah.
I don't know if I did. I may have.
I don't. There's.
got, like,
I don't
him
think
and,
there's
like,
anything, but you might see something. Just flip through the email. It's tiny. Just scroll on down. It's got the countdown on there.
It just looks beautiful. Like, I don't get how you could see that and be
That's
like,
a new.
this
Those
looks
are all
like
new
this-
pictures
Yeah,
that
this
they
is
emailed
from the
me.
video.
Yeah. Okay. So I might as well watch the
This
video
is a new
then.
piece of concept art. Is that concept art or is it? I can't tell if that's concept art or if it's. Oh, that shuttle looks so dope, dude.
And now, so the
You
shuttle.
can look through that. That's not going to ruin anything.
Well, I've looked through the email,
Oh, okay.
but so the shuttle that takes you like.
I
Once
saw
you
them
first
I saw
arrive.
them in action the other day. The
Oh,
shuttle
I've seen those too. I've seen those. Yeah.
On the actual
The box trucks.
I'm a little.
They're smaller than I thought.
They're tiny, dude. Like
Yeah.
it's a half a size of this room. Like they're very.
Yeah,
small.
I was expecting a bus that big.
Yeah,
but it's gonna
small.
hold like 5 people.
There's no way it can hold more than 10. There's no way.
Especially if there's supposed to be a RX unit in there taking up 5 feet.
I mean,
Like-
I don't.
Is there?
Supposed to be.
Oh,
Unless,
wow.
I thought that was the one.
unless
up to
she's
the
on the
Halcyon.
first. Yeah, I don't
think
know
she's
which
in the one up to
transport
the
she's on.
Halcyon. I think that's
Which
what
raises my question: which one is the one I have to wear a mask on? Both of them.
both of them. Any transportation.
But the other one isn't. The initial one where you like check in and have your car
Yeah,
parked
that's-
isn't really transportation.
That's like a
might
Space
make you wear
220.
that. They might make you wear that
just so your
for the
brain
illusion,
thinks.
so your
Yeah.
brain like I could.
Because
see
yeah,
that.
it's Space 220. You're not going
You're
anywhere,
not going anywhere.
For the love of God, I hope they don't do that shit.
right?
Also, if it's just you and me, I'm taking the mask off.
Oh, yeah, I know. Me
Like,
too.
We're in the same.
If you're
room,
the
like,
only 2 people on
yeah,
the ship,
like what are we doing? Like, I'm
You're not
doing
supposed
that.
to see
I'm
the
not
driver, so.
playing- I'm an adult. I'm not gonna play pretend. Like
well,
if
we
it's
except playing pretend on the Halcyon. Like
that play pretend, I'm definitely gonna do.
we'll do that.
What's my character's name? Pike Rendessa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good name.
I like it. I don't know. This got me very excited. It didn't ruin anything for me. I was very reluctant to watch it because I was like,
That's
I
where I'm
don't
at
wanna-
too. That's where I'm
I
at
don't
too.
want to like see too much, but they just kind of showed one of the booths. The booth looks fantastic. I'm very curious what the captain's table is going to look like.
Oh yeah, they're saving that.
I think Mando episode or Book of Boba Fett episode
Chapter 5.
5.
Yeah, when
When he
Mando
goes
drops the
to
head on the
drops the
table.
head.
Yeah.
I think it's going to look very reminiscent of that,
Yeah,
It'll be close to something
no
like
question.
which I'm here for.
that. I'd die if it was the Empire Strikes Back Cloud
Bespin?
City table. Yeah,
Bespin
the
table?
table.
Yeah.
That'd be
We
crazy.
would be honored if you would join us.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you would join us, yeah, that'd be dope.
Then Boba Fett
Um,
walks up.
So let's keep on the Halcyon train here for a second. Did you read the whole comic?
No, I didn't have enough time. I just peeked at it.
Gotcha. You both should read it before you leave.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to, but as
Because the
soon
next
as I
one
do,
comes out in a few days.
Ugh.
I'm gonna grab it.
I'll catch up when I catch up.
It's good.
Yeah.
The first Halcyon Legacy comic book was good. I want to see more of the ship and less of the story of what goes down on the ship, kind of, because I think it's cool to like see something in like art and then go see it in real life. Like that seems
Right.
that's cool to
yeah,
me.
that's what's awesome with those Galaxy's Edge comics.
Yeah, they
it's so
do that,
cool.
which thank God you brought, dude. You don't understand. The other day I was stressing out about those.
What happened?
Because one of them is so. Do you remember when I messaged you guys the other day and I was like, "Do you guys? Did I lend you my Galaxy's Edge comics?"
Oh yeah, that was a while ago.
I was
Yeah.
I was looking through them because I was gonna put the Halcyon comic because I have all my comics organized by age, alphabetical order.
Release date, which is age, I guess.
Age.
So
Yeah, I think it's
issue number.
No.
Then I have my Marvel ones, and then I have my Star Wars ones separate.
Okay.
I remember you said, "Did you lend us the Halcyon comic?" Because if you would have said Galaxy's Edge, I would have been like, "Yeah, I've
Did I
got
say
those."
Halcyon?
I think you did.
Oh,
That's why
I
I'm
don't
confused.
care. The fact that they're here,
Right,
is
you
fine.
have them. That's
one,
what
one of
matters.
them I got autographed the day before opening day at Galaxy's Edge by the artist and,
Nice.
and the author. So like I just was like I want them, and so I'm
Yeah.
looking through my stuff and I'm like I only have 2 issues of Galaxy's Edge because I have like a bunch of the alternate covers. I have all
Yeah.
of them. I have all of the alternate covers, but the one that's worth like $7,000
Yeah.
because it was ones they gave out to the Imagineers.
Yeah.
And
that's cool.
I've seen you show me a picture of it.
It's cool.
Yeah,
It
I just want a
looks really
picture. I don't even care about the whole issue. I'd love the whole issue, but if I had a picture of that cover,
but I'm looking through it and I'm like, oh no, I don't
a
have
poster.
them. And I was like, where could they? So I brought out every comic box I have, and I was like looking through them. I couldn't find them, and I was panicking. I even went to eBay and was like, I almost put a bid in for $100 for all of them.
Damn.
which isn't a horrible deal, honestly.
Yes, it is, because they're not worth that. They're not.
To who? Worth that to who? Like,
they're not. They're not.
They'd be worth it to me.
The only ones that I needed were in this group that cost $100, and there were no other options for it. So I was like, I'm about anyway.
I'm glad you asked that in docs.
Dude, I was so stressed. But anyway, the Halcyon comic kind of did what the Galaxy's Edge comics did, where it was like they give you just enough to get you to like, oh, I've seen that. Like in the comic books, they give you the backstory of the Sarlacc in Docs, and that Han brought
Han brought it to Doc.
And I think they're going to get some little Easter eggs like that in this little comic, and it's fun. It's interesting. I don't think the characters are going to make a difference.
And that random sword too that's up in the top part of Docs. That's in the comic.
That's in the comics too.
Yeah.
But it's a good little comic book, and I'm excited to see what they do with the next few issues, because it does the classic thing that I hate, and I always say it's about Star Wars stories in the comics and the books. They start with like a really cool concept, and you're like, let's follow that, and they go, remember then when this happened? And it's a flashback, and you're like,
well, that was the first couple episodes of Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, I was about to say, it sounds like what they do in the TV
I'm
shows.
more interested with, because flashbacks were not a thing in Star Wars until J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
They weren't.
very true.
In the TV shows and movies and comics and stuff, they kind of have been. But
That's just a way of writing a comic.
Yeah.
But I mean, like,
and comics aren't canon.
True Star Wars canon. That's like they weren't a thing until JJ did it.
Very true.
And it's what it is. But I'm excited about it. But I'm also excited about the book that's coming up that's going to feature.
Yes.
There's 2 books that are coming out that are going to feature the Halcyon.
Yep.
The first one we'll talk about is the Han Solo and Leia wedding. So
Is
I'm
it
assuming their honeymoon is on the Halcyon.
Honeymoon's
Scott Trowbridge put an Instagram post out about it too. So yeah,
he did.
Is there the Han and Leia suite?
Ooh.
The same one that Anakin and Padme.
Do you remember how we?
What if it is
about
the same
that?
room?
I
That,
hope so.
Luke and Leia were.
Ben was
conceived
conceived too now, I guess.
What if Ben was conceived on the Halcyon?
I'm
He had
telling
to
you.
be. He
How are
had
they
to
going to
be.
describe that in a book?
Well, hopefully they don't, but
And Han Solo busted inside Princess Leia.
Han
a moment
en-
of passion. Han
Han
Solo
entered
busted.
his solo
wait. So
and spit some coaxium
can we
through
backtrack
Princess
and mention
Leia's
how awesome our
midsection.
bartender or our server was at Oga's?
Oh, he was great.
He had the best
It was very
jokes of
good.
all time.
He was good. He
Yep.
was a good. He was a good.
He-
guy.
he was-
those solo jokes reminded me of his jokes.
And he was quick on his feet too when you clapped back at him and knew that the joke about the Tauntaun was lukewarm.
What temperature is at Tauntaun? I said it's lukewarm, and then he said, "What did he say on top of that?"
I don't know.
He had a
he was
response
ready.
That was
He went with it.
yeah. He was great.
Are you guys interested in the book? Like, I'm interested in the book as a whole. I don't know if I need. Like, I think separate from the Halcyon, it would be interesting to know how they got married.
Yeah,
Because
but
we know they did. But I think it's a little shoehorny.
I don't need that.
Horny?
I don't need that.
Horny.
Horny, yes. We all are. We're all frightened and horny.
Well, strike me down as scared and horny.
Yeah, the part that I'm meh about is like I don't need that part of Leia's life. Like if I want to know about Leia, I want it to be before A New Hope, which we've gotten Leia, Princess of Alderaan.
A little bit in Rebels too, but
Yes.
not enough. I'll take more.
Because
So when
we
is-
know Leia's story after
When
the fact.
When does this take place? So this would have to
Right
be
after Battle of Endor.
Yeah, right after Battle of Endor.
They just get off and get married,
basically.
jet off and go
That's
get-
how I've always taken it. It's like, all right, like the next day or the next week they just got married.
Where do you
Like,
think they're going to get married? You think they get married on Endor? You think
Not
they go
Alderaan.
to
Be
yeah,
dumb if they
definitely
went to
not
Naboo.
Alderaan.
Naboo would
Oh
be
my
cool.
God.
where her dad and mother got married. I could see them totally doing that.
I kind of
But
want to
Naboo
know.
and having the same scene overlooking the view that Anakin.
Oh, that was
and
at
Padme did.
on Padme's little own like house too. That's her
Yeah.
like family escape. Yeah.
That would be a nice shoe-in.
I kind of want to know how the heck how does Chandrilla get involved in their life? Because that's where Ben. That's what he
And
claims
they've
is
said
his home
that's
planet.
the planet you start over on the Halcyon.
That's right.
Yeah. So how does that tie into Han and Leia? They've never been there as far as we know. So maybe they go to Chandrilla and get
Also,
married. I don't know.
They haven't explained this yet, but why is the maiden? I obviously know it's because it's the Halcyon and Batu, and you have to tie it in somehow. I'm not an idiot. I get that. But in the Star Wars universe, what is the reason that a luxury star cruiser would stop at Batu.
Well, this was way back in the High Republic.
But this has always been like I thought they said that it's like an old, like Batu is an old port that was like.
There was a High Republic temple on it,
Right.
so it was a nicer place at one time.
Batu's like 10,000 years old.
Yeah. Maybe it was a nicer city back then, and it was a luxury city.
Are we having an earthquake? What is this rumbling sound?
The Halcyon's coming.
Do you hear that?
It's like a train going by, but we're not by a
Somebody's
train.
motorcycle.
There's no train.
There's no train.
Somebody started up on a motorcycle. Rum, 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 rum. Fag.
One of those people.
That was a South Park joke, people.
You can say fag on the podcast.
I
I've said
know,
it
but I
1,000 times.
don't want people to think I'm
And we just
insensitive.
got demonetized from YouTube again.
Yeah.
Eh.
Jesus Christ, we're too wild.
Are you keeping up with the new season of South Park?
No, I need to catch up.
It's good. It's pretty funny. There was a really funny moment that Courtney and I loved from the last episode. Leanne Cartman is
He's so cute.
gets a
He's
job.
so
I know
cute.
he's adorable, but he's a menace sometimes to society.
He looks like male lady from Lady and the Tramp.
Yeah,
That's exactly.
He does.
He's lady. Yeah, lady's a Cavalier King
You just made him
Charles.
happy. You just made him happy.
I
He's
love
like,
that.
he's
Look,
like, that's
smiling
me.
at
Yeah.
me. You're so cute. I think he's smiling at Evan actually.
He's smiling at all of us. It's
He's so
fine.
cute.
Puppy.
God, he's cute.
Hi, buddy.
He makes me realize how crazy Jack is.
Don't
God.
worry. He's crazy. Okay.
Jack was wild tonight.
He's not a good walker. He doesn't walk all that well. Yes, I'm talking about you.
I get it.
What the hell was I talking about?
Yeah, it's a motorcycle. What were
Oh,
we talking
yeah,
about?
South
Was it
Park. So Leanne Cartman, she gets a job as a real estate agent, and she walks in to tell Eric after because she's late. He gets home from school and she's late to be there to make him food, so he's bitching about that. And he's like eating the only thing that was available in the house, and it's a bottle of Nutella. And he says he's like his hands are all like brown and shit, and he's just like, "Mom, you weren't here home to make me food. All there was this Nutella." I don't know, it's really funny. So good new season. 3 episodes in already.
Sweet. Is it on HBO yet?
I believe
they, like,
HBO
going-
Max. Yeah.
They're going up
Mhm.
there.
Yeah.
Perfect. HBO Max is one of my favorite things. I just get like bored and I'll start watching Impractical Jokers.
Yeah.
For the 1,000th time. It's the
You
best.
should watch Peacemaker.
I'm going
It
to.
wrapped up very nicely.
I heard you guys talking about it on Fourth Mother
Yes.
Box. Wherever you get your podcast, check out Fourth Mother Box.
Thank you.
I heard you guys talking about it, and it sounds insane. You're like, yeah, the butterflies, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you talking
It's
about?
you just got to see it, and then I called it
Did
a
you
few
watch
episodes.
Peacemaker?
No.
You did? I'm talking
Oh.
record.
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
you-
a few
yeah?
episodes. I think we
Are
started.
you into DC like he is?
I mean, I'll watch it. I enjoy it, but I'm not.
Yeah,
Because I look at her with DC the way I look at Holly with Star Wars.
Okay.
Where Holly will go she didn't care anything about Book of Boba Fett until Mando got involved.
Yeah, same with Courtney. Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah, I think
you
said
watched
that
like the
Fourth Mother
first
Box.
2 maybe, and then you were like, eh.
She was like, she wrote it off. She's like, I'm good. I
Yeah.
don't care. And then Mando shows up and she's like, I'm in.
Well, yeah.
So, see, that's how I'm thinking. Like maybe because I like DC more than Evan does, but I'm not like balls deep in it. Suicide Squad.
No. Oh, but yeah. She's in the Suicide Squad. Joker's
Is she in
girlfriend.
both of them? I know she's
Yes,
like.
yes.
She's in both. Is she in Peacemaker?
No.
Because I saw. I feel like I kind of ruined it because I saw that scene at the end.
That's literally just a throw-in scene.
Okay.
That has nothing to do to the plot.
Okay.
Then that is a very James Gunn scene.
I like James Gunn.
No, he does a
Guardians
really
is fantastic.
I like him a lot better after Peacemaker. I really do, and I didn't hate him or anything.
See, he's the better version of Taika Waititi for me.
Yes, 100%.
Where it's funny, but when it needs to stop, it's not funny. And he can do serious, and he can do like.
I'm glad that Disney hired him back because I don't like anybody canceling anybody. So
I'm with you.
anyway,
Taika can never do serious except for the little bit in Jojo Rabbit. That's like the only time I've seen him go serious.
I never saw that. I meant to see it.
It's
I never did.
it's great. It's pretty great.
That was like when things started shutting down, wasn't it? When Jojo Rabbit came out.
I think so. I watched it on
was
streaming. I
gonna
forget
go
where
see
I
it,
watched
and then
it.
I
but
forget.
I don't know.
It's
I
great.
remember.
I remember the movies that released at that time where Birds of Prey was like a month before, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Onward, and then like all the movies got pushed
Onward's
back.
so good.
Very good.
Underrated movie. And then the other book that's going to be featuring the Halcyon is a YA novel, and I forget the name of it. Shit. Damn it. I think I had it.
I actually didn't even hear this new
They
segment.
mentioned
so.
it in the video.
Oh, okay. That's
So
probably
it might have been a new announcement.
Oh, yeah.
It's part of the New High Republic.
Oh,
stuff that's coming out.
God
I
damn it.
know, man.
I remember seeing it too. Fallen Rising.
It's always something like that.
Fallen
Yeah.
It is fall.
Yeah, I think it's Falling, but it's very young adult because they're like kids on the.
It's the book
on the cover.
You know the book that we have, the little like the short book. It's right over there. It's the one on the far right. You have it too. Escape to something
Oh,
point.
Crash Point Tower?
Crash Point Tower. That's what it is.
The Halcyon's in that?
No, it's.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's the follow up to that.
Oh,
If
okay.
it's not, then it's the.
I was
exact
gonna say I'm
same
going
art
to read that
style.
at home right now. Then
It's the exact same art style. I think
Okay.
it's the same artist and author.
there's
I'm
been
not
a lot
100%
of. There's
sure.
been like 4 of those in the High Republic, like Crash
Yeah.
Point Tower, and then there's
It's
like
a good book though. That's
Yeah.
that one.
I haven't
actually
got
is
to it
pretty
yet.
Dark.
yeah.
But those 2 things are going to be in the High Republic. Why do kids keep walking back? The same kids. I keep seeing the same shoes.
fucking menaces.
Um,
Get off my lawn.
Then we also got. Speaking of books, we got some new.
You see that Timelines book?
Yes, the
Yeah, it's
Timelines
cool.
book.
That
We
looks
got some
cool.
new book
That's-
announcements. We'll start with the Timelines.
The only
book.
thing is though that's gonna be
Buying it.
outdated. That'll be outdated in like 3 weeks though. So it's like
I think they're going to include Halcyon.
okay.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
But it'll be outdated after that. Like
But
that's
every
the
book
thing.
would
like,
be outdated. Anytime you do an encyclopedia,
reference books are
they're
that's
always
true.
outdated. And that's
It's tough, especially with Star Wars. It's
Yeah,
tough
when
to
there's
do
something
that.
new every
it's
day.
always growing. There's new
Yeah.
comics
Yeah.
every day. There's
Yeah.
new like. It's just one of those things where it's like you got to just. This is
Yeah.
it's like a snapshot.
Right. Even
In
the
this
lightsaber
time
books
period, this is
outdated. Like
up
they
to
are,
this
yeah.
point.
Yeah.
So I don't I don't hate on that. It's what it is.
No, I don't hate on it either. That's just like my one complaint. But I still was excited when I saw that.
Me too, because
Yeah.
I want like a comprehensive. I mean, obviously we're not gonna get Mando season
Like
3.
we know the timeline. We can say, oh, that episode takes place here. We can do that.
Yeah.
But there's
Right.
a lot of people that can't.
Right.
But
No,
for us, it's
I
not
mean,
to
I
know
had
the
people- I
timeline.
had people
It's
ask
just
me when Book of Boba Fett took place,
it's like seriously,
dude.
they brought in
Were they
Mando.
fucking OG sequel fans
Yes.
or
It's
OG
always
trilogy
those people.
fans?
It's always
Because
those
you
people.
should know.
Yeah, it's
It's
got
always those
Luke.
people.
This is your character.
Yeah, that
Boba
you're all
Fett is
obsessed with
yours.
for some reason.
God
Don't get it.
damn
And then
it.
it brought in Luke, so you should know where Luke's at.
Yeah.
Like you should know that stuff.
I
But
don't know. But then they announced 2 new High Republic novels. One from friend of the show, Zoraida Cordova, who we've had on the podcast.
I didn't
and
know she was
interviewed
getting
her.
the High Republic. Ooh.
Oh, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I get shit for this. I remember when this came out, and I kept getting shit for liking the book. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Black Spire.
Oh, I love Black Spire.
No, I'm sorry. The
Crash
other
of
one.
Fate.
Crash of Fate.
Crash Fate was okay.
I know. Everyone says that. But I truly liked the book.
I mean,
got
I like
got no
it,
reason
but I
to
think
lie
it's just
about
okay.
like liking it.
Yeah.
It was Twilight and Star Wars. I enjoyed it.
I think
like
it
a
was
good
better
love
than
story.
that, but
I like a good love story.
Yeah.
It's fun. It was good to see like a book that took place on Batu that wasn't a fucking travel guide.
yeah.
They're all like, and then
Yeah.
you should go to Ronto Roasters and get a fucking Ronto wrap.
Which
And
Thrawn?
then around the corner, Olga's Cantina. I was like, shut the fuck up. I know it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I like that book, because they did a little bit of that, but it was more just like you meet Kat Sokka, you meet the characters that are involved, not come here
It was.
and get a
It's different
souvenir
with Black
popcorn
Spire.
bucket, like,
With Black Spire, the point of view character is Vi, and it's a whole new planet to her, just like it's a whole new planet to you as a guest. So that's why they did that, and as merchandising and advertising. But that's what that was. She was the point of view character
yeah.
for you. But the difference with Crash of Fate is they're not point of view characters because they live there, so they don't have to be like telling people to go check this place out, or people are like, hey, make sure you go buy this drink, like
Yeah.
because they live there, they know.
When this book comes out, I'm going to read it, and I want to get her back on the show because
Oh, heck yeah.
I loved it. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I totally get the criticism of like it's a love story. You know what else is a love story? Lost Stars. No one has a fucking
Lost
problem with
Stars
that.
and like Han and Leia,
All of them.
That's a
So like I
pretty
don't
big
care.
love
Like
story.
it's just a good story.
Yeah.
It can be a good story. That story could have very easily not taken place on Batu.
Yeah.
I get
Right.
that too, but it did. And so shut the fuck up. It's just what it is.
Well, people
I like
can't
the
fall
book
in
a
love
lot.
on Batu. Like
It just, I don't
people
care.
love each
I
other
love-
everywhere.
I love
Like,
that
it's
book.
fine.
I love Zoraida. Her
Yeah.
writing is very concise. A lot of Star Wars writing, you get
it's not
confused.
flowery and like
No, you get confused and like there's a lot of like wait, what? When is this? I get confused a lot with Star Wars writing. Hers is just straight to the point and it's perfect. I love her
Yeah.
writing.
Yeah. Some of the.
Thrawn especially. Like I like Charles
I
Soule.
just
but
downloaded Thrawn, and I'm
Wait,
really
not Charles
interested
Soule,
in
Timothy
learning.
Zahn,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. I'm interested in learning more about him. Plus,
I've got a few
I want to
Thrawn
know how
books.
he met
Take 'em,
Anakin,
please,
and
keep
then
'em. I don't give
and
a
then
I'm over Thrawn, dude. I get it. You like art and you're smart. Fuck it. I get it. I don't care.
yeah,
The Chiss, I don't care. You get,
they really took his fetish he has for Sabine Wren like really far. Because in Rebels, he takes her art and he's like super obsessed with Sabine.
I don't care. I gave up halfway through his second book because I don't like any story where it bounces back and forth between time periods. Tell me a fucking story. Give me a story
I
that
get
takes
it.
place in I don't mind A/B storylines. That's storytelling.
Yeah,
You have to have more than one thing going on. You don't have to because Tarantino shows. I mean, well, that's not true. He did that with Pulp Fiction a lot, actually. But Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, there's one storyline. Like, you can do one story. Well, even that has A/B characters. Forget I said anything about Tarantino.
That's okay.
Glorious Bastards?
I don't know.
It's never mind.
Yeah.
I've only seen that movie
shooting
like
myself in the
twice,
foot
but
with
it's really good.
Glorious Bastards is
It's
the
really
shit.
good. Yeah.
Um,
Gorlami.
But like you can Gorlami, but you can tell a story that's A/B story that takes place in the same time period. It doesn't have to be a fucking flashback.
Yeah.
That's one thing that annoyed me about the Thrawn. Whichever the one was.
Well, that's one where they keep going back and forth to Anakin and Thrawn, and then Anakin and Padme, and
that's
then Vader's there too.
You're like,
It's
Vader is Anakin, and
Yeah.
so like in your head, like you're reading it, and you're like Anakin, you're like.
and Thrawn doesn't know they're the
Anakin or
same
Vader?
yet, but like we do. So like,
Yeah,
come on.
And it's dumb, and it's just a dumb reveal at the end.
Yeah.
I hated it. I didn't hate it. It was actually a good book, but that drives me nuts. So I'm hoping that like we can just get a story that just give me the story.
Yeah.
How many Star Wars books do you think you read? Like ballpark.
That entire shelf, every book on that was on the bottom rack of that I've done,
That's at
plus
least like,
about 20 audiobooks.
so that's at least 20 down
That's
there.
why
So
I can't
about
remember
40.
this shit.
It's probably
That's why
40 or 50 total.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like that's why like when I start talking about a book, I'm like I know I liked it or if I didn't like it, but
Yeah.
I can't remember specific things about it
Yeah.
because it just all runs.
I've only
together
read
after a
10,
while.
and I can tell you stuff about them, but it's only 10.
I
That's
think
why.
there's only so much
So.
capacity our brain has to hold
Yeah.
shit in. Like
Mine's already
I have a
90%
job,
Star Wars.
I have
so
kids. I have a life.
yeah.
Like I can't remember every little fucking detail about it.
All the more reason why Tom's not having kids.
I
Less to remember.
I still haven't read this new High Republic book that I bought. I literally haven't even opened it
Same.
yet. But
I'm
there's
bad.
another new High Republic book coming out called Path of Deceit.
Jesus
And
Christ.
it is written by Tessa Gratton and Justina Ireland. Justina Ireland's a good Star Wars
She's
writer.
done some YA
Done some
ones.
stuff.
Yeah.
They're good. I think she did that one, the Crash Point
I
one,
think
right?
it might be that one, yeah.
Can you do me a favor, Courtney? On the left
Far
bookshelf, far right,
Far
the small one.
That one.
Is that Justina Ireland? I think it is.
Is that Test
Boom.
of Courage?
Test of Courage. Yep.
That's Test of Courage, okay.
So
I
that
have
book
one.
is it's a like that's one of the like the Batman books.
Yeah.
It is very short,
Okay, good.
big font, but it is a fun read.
Yeah.
And I think out of all the High Republic books, that one has the most character development of this one specific character. Like it goes really weird for that character.
Speaking of Batman, less than 2 weeks.
Dude, I'm so fucking
Less than
excited.
2 weeks, buddy.
I'm so excited.
This movie's going to be lit.
I can't believe you're not excited for this movie.
I haven't been. I'm not excited for a whole lot of movies. Honestly, like, what's the last movie that I was excited for? Like,
Spider-Man No Way Home.
yeah. But, like, it's only like 2 or 3 a year that I get excited for.
I got the
I don't
Doctor
know.
Strange Magic Band the other day. Very excited.
Dude,
about it.
I am my hype level for Doctor Strange through the roof now because of one Charles Xavier's appearance in.
That was very interesting.
It's going to be the Illuminati. 100% the Illuminati in Marvel. Tony Stark, Charles Xavier,
Oh,
and
Tony Stark's
Mr.
back.
Fantastic.
Iron Man's my favorite character. But
Mr.
no,
Fantastic
I
is part of the
don't-
Illuminati.
I don't want
Yeah, okay. I'm here for it. That. I just don't know if that's how I want them introduced.
I mean, I would much rather it be the Charles Xavier like of our beloved X-Men universe in it. No,
Yeah.
because he died in Logan. Never
Yeah,
mind.
he died in Logan.
Yeah.
What I
That
would
was
like,
such a good death too. Oh,
is
I got to
this is-
rewatch Logan. My God.
That movie is
Oh God.
absolutely. Have you ever seen Logan?
No.
Holy
It's
shit!
it's probably going to be my
It's
favorite.
my number. It's to this
Yeah.
day my number one comic movie of all time.
Okay.
It is so goddamn
It's in my
good.
top 4, but
Well, now it's MCU. Everything that's ever been Marvel is MCU
Okay
now.
with-
So
why do you not like that?
because it wasn't supposed to be that way initially, so it's just a retcon to be like, oh yeah, those
Luke
are
and
those are
Leia
yeah
were
yeah
not
yeah.
supposed to be brother and sister, and it worked out.
That's something small. People can be related. That's tiny.
If you're looking at all those movies,
incest ain't that tiny.
They did.
Yeah, dude,
They
I don't
kissed, bro. They didn't. Did they have a kid? Luke
Not
and,
that we know of.
Luke and Leia didn't have a kid, so we're
I know.
fine.
Yeah, I know.
But it's just a
so
small like,
incest
oh,
is
they're
okay
brothers.
as long as you don't get pregnant. Got it, Evan. That's a hot take.
That's exactly what I said. Yes.
Could you imagine Ray?
Put it on a
Hold up. Could you imagine Ray going to she moves to Tatooine and like 2 years later she's in where Luke's hut was and she builds a new home there and she finds this like half mentally challenged like
Oh my gosh.
child of incest.
Named Helen
Yeah.
Skywalker.
Helen?
That's where Luke hit him
Wow.
off in Tatooine. Helen Skywalker.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, Helen.
Oh God.
I don't know. There's no other example of like
Evan's trying to take
an
a thumb up.
established universe that is like, oh yeah, this other one that wasn't our universe. It is now. It is now. I can't think of any other like established universe that's done
You're
that.
overthinking it.
DC's about to do it.
I mean,
Michael Keaton.
it could be
Michael
good.
Keaton Batman
It,
is-
Yeah,
it could
yeah.
be good. And I hope it is, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be good.
If anything is as good as Spider-Man No Way Home, I'm here for it. or Far From. Was it No Way Home?
No Way Home.
No Way
Yeah.
Home.
Far From Home was
Far From Home
for
was,
me.
I loved that. Mysterio
Yeah.
is my
I
favorite.
know.
Spider-Man.
I loved it.
I like
love
Mysterio.
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal was a perfect casting choice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I agree.
wish he hadn't died, but whatever.
I like
Death doesn't matter. He'll be back. Or it'll be
He'll
a
be-
different universe version of him. He'll be back.
I liked Homecoming better just because.
Oh, yeah,
of
Homecoming,
Vulture.
definitely.
Like, oh my
Yeah,
god,
Michael
he just
Keaton
stole the
killed
show
that.
for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Michael Keaton is just a fucking man. He's so dope.
What's the? Is it the Founder? The
Yeah,
McDonald's,
McDonald's, he
movie.
plays
I
Founder.
love
that movie is so underrated.
Yeah.
Have
Do you
ever
remember
seen
that,
The
babe?
Founder? The McDonald's movie?
Yeah,
Oh, man.
we watched the Founder. Yeah,
He plays
I was
Ray
when I was a
Kroc?
trainer. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah.
that. Is such an that motherfucker was ruthless. Ray Kroc was a
Oh, yeah.
genius.
Yeah. Yes, he was.
He
Ray
was a
Kroc was a
fucking
He
genius.
was stealing stuff from other people like all the
Yeah,
time. He was like, hey,
He
that's
was a
mine
piece
now.
of shit,
like,
but he
yeah.
was a genius.
I always-
Obviously, it worked out.
But
I always
the
go
thing-
back and forth if I'm like on his side or not because
Right?
I'm so motivated by his tenacity, and it's just like
I
yes.
kind of go because like, what were they gonna do with it? They're just
Yeah.
gonna be this like shitty little.
I know.
It's so crazy that like McDonald's started in like Southern California next door to an In-N-Out.
Right.
Like, it's crazy. And like think about how insane it is to be Ray Kroc and be like, well, here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to take these 5-cent hamburgers and I'm going to make them available everywhere. I'm going to be the highest grossing restaurant chain in the history of the fucking world based on some hamburgers and fries. Like, that is
Jeez.
crazy. And what people don't remember about that time is, and this is why White Castle is interesting to me too, and it's actually part of the reason why they use onions. I'm a big hamburger nerd. I know a lot about a hamburger history. I'm sorry. We're going to get deep into hamburgers.
He does watch YouTube videos all the time.
I
Every
have a
time I
book
come in,
about
he's
hamburger
watching a
history,
YouTube
dude.
video
I
about
have a book
cheeseburgers.
I love
Where'd you get that
hamburgers.
cheeseburger in your hand right now? It's just
It
weird
was-
out
it's
of
from
thin air.
Everglades. It's a
Manifested.
donut hamburger.
Ah, Evan joke.
Yep. See, I haven't ate a single bite of food since. No, I'm just kidding. You saw me at Boma.
I
White
saw your ass
Castle-
eat like 4 plates at Boma.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I've never seen you eat so much.
I
It
know.
makes
That's what we
me- it made
always
me
say.
happy. It made me happy.
That's what we always say, but I go weeks without food, and then it's
Weeks without
Yeah.
food.
No, it's an
What the
exaggeration.
fuck? I don't eat for months at a time, and then I go to Boma once and I eat 9 plates of food. I'm satisfied.
Yep.
White Castle started in 1901, and
Yeah.
the reason that's interesting is because hamburgers were like think about like what we think of like think about fried butter, like that's disgusting. That's how people felt about hamburgers. It was like it was
Wow.
shitty food. It wasn't clean. And White Castle is what turned hamburgers into being a normal thing, and they used such small amounts of it. It was a slider, and they were small, so it was more palatable for the American palate.
Makes sense
Fast
why
forward to the
America is
50s.
defined by those. It makes sense.
Correct. Fast
Dirty,
forward to
gross.
like the 40s, 50s, after the World War II, meat was finally available again because it was rationed out for such a long time. People didn't have access to it.
Yeah.
Then places like In-N-Out and McDonald's start popping up because they're doing something so simple, so well.
Hell yeah.
And that's what it's just fascinating to me that I can't even think of like what we could compare it to because there's nothing that we could compare it to. But like people were disgusted by the idea of it. It hits at the World Fair was actually where it became like a big deal, and then it became like a pop. Like who doesn't like hamburgers?
It might
crazy.
Like think of like when cell phones were kind of making their thing. Like I bet you people were like, "No, I'm never gonna do
Or the
this."
internet. It's
yeah,
a fad.
right?
Yeah.
No, it's not a
Email.
fad.
Yeah.
Yeah, AOL fad.
I remember, I mean, I was a even dumber and obviously little kid, but I was always like, I don't want a touch screen. I want to actually push buttons.
Yeah.
And now, like, every single phone is a touch screen,
Yeah.
and it's much better.
It's much
That-
better.
I was that way, but I was a kid, but-
isn't it weird that like those things hit and it doesn't make sense, but then
Yeah.
like
And then you're like, no, this is
pull
normal.
out and pull out. You like kind of
Hey.
get like a 20,000 view of like history and it all makes sense. I
Yeah.
love that kind of stuff.
Han and Anakin ain't pulling out on the Halcyon.
Nope.
Nope.
Gonna go deep, balls deep on the Halcyon.
We're
like
talking
me and
about
Tom.
balls deep.
Did we talk about the data band, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
People are upset that they changed the theming.
Hey guys, everybody, get fucked.
Who cares?
They have to call it that because people are confused. They go into freaking Pizza Rizzo and ask for French fries. Okay, like, they gotta know that a magic band is the same as a data band.
Does
Okay?
this? Let's say it on the count of 3. Does this affect your enthusiasm in any way for the Halcyon? 1, 2, 3.
Fuck
no.
no.
Who gives a shit?
And
It's
also,
what it
when
is.
I'm on the ship, if they do ever ask me to like show it to them, they'll probably still say data band, just because the email says
Do
magic
you think
band.
people were like
cares?
going like, "Wait, are you tracking my personal data?" You think that was the problem?
You know, I wouldn't put it past some idiots
Yeah,
in
I
this
could see
country,
that.
but
Yeah.
no. I just think they went with
Also, if you had any sense at all,
Magic
you would know that
bands.
all of your personal data is on the Magic Band, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
yeah.
You can
They
call
know
it
where
you could
look.
call it a data
They
band.
know where you're at in the park at all times. They know how many steps you've taken. They know how many times, Kyle, you visited the Joffrey cart, asked
about
for
3.
snowy vanilla,
It's
and
about
just got a
3 of
big
them.
donut.
And I got a pink donut because it reminds me of my asshole, and it's just what it is.
As long as he didn't get a blue waffle.
Hey, go fuck a fish, asshole.
Hey, there's a Peacemaker reference.
Well, you know, it's just what it's... I will fuck a fish only because it reminds me of your mom, Tom.
And that joke was made at the expense of Kyle Cosentino, and it fell flat.
That was a meta joke because it wasn't even a Tom joke. I was making fun of you, you fucking midget.
Right. And Kyle said he's coming after you specifically, actually.
Okay.
The I think it was the discount ginger joke, so...
I was trying to remember the words you guys said, and somehow I came up with a just as funny one.
Yes,
I don't know how.
It works.
Discount's good. I like that. But that's what I am. I mean, hey.
I call him BetterHelp.
BetterHelp. That works.
Elbow patches better help.
BetterHelp. All right, moving on to the next story here. John Williams has composed the main theme for the Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
Anyone
He
surprised?
I actually was.
I am
Yeah,
completely
I was
surprised.
surprised.
Okay.
100%.
Yep.
Because the last I heard, the last thing he was going to do was Solo.
And then it was like, oh,
And
no,
he
I'll
had,
do
like,
Rise.
Oh, he did a
And he's like,
bunch
I'll do
more.
episode 9 then, too. He's like, he just kept coming back.
I'm
Like,
sorry. The last theme he did was for... No, because Solo was before it.
Yeah, Solo was way
Yeah.
before.
9 was the last thing he was
Okay.
supposed
Yeah,
to
he
do.
said,
and
I'll
it-
be done after
And
9.
remember, because he was like, I'm done, and I bring in
Right.
themes from every single Star Wars movie I've ever done.
That's basically
was-
what 9 is. It
yeah,
is
and
like
it's
one
supposed to be
new
like-
song, a new home,
I don't.
which is good, but the rest of the quote new music is forgettable.
John
but-
Williams' best score of all time is The Last Jedi.
Yeah, it's the best
It's the
complete
best.
film
Wow.
score. Yeah.
I was just looking up who's doing Jurassic World Dominion because
Giacchino?
well, yeah, Giacchino. Did you know he did all of the Batman?
Yes. Mhm.
Yes,
He's good.
He is.
I love
really
Giacchino.
He's the next John
Married
Williams.
Life, like holy crap.
Yeah,
Dude,
He-
that's
they even gave him.
it's crazy.
He did Space Mountain in Disneyland too.
Yep.
Yeah, like he's done so
He's-
much.
He did
Amazing,
Up.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
Incredibles. Like-
Incredibles. Yep.
Yeah, that's Married
He's-
Life is what Tom was saying.
Yeah.
From Up.
He's a genius. Oh, yeah, that's the name of it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Did
he's
he?
a
Which
genius.
Star? He did Rogue One, right?
Rogue One.
Yeah.
Yep.
Poor guy got kind of fucked on that one because I don't like the Rogue One
Oh, I love
score
Rogue
at
One.
all.
I
Oh,
love that
Krennic's.
Krennic's theme
yeah,
is
It's
awesome.
okay.
Really?
not-
All right.
I can't. You can't hum anything like you can hum John Williams music.
Well, that's
like
true.
you can
but
go Harry Potter, John Williams. You can hum Jaws. You can hum Indiana Jones.
Jurassic
you
Park.
Can do
Oh,
Jurassic
Jurassic
Star
Park,
Wars.
absolutely.
I
Yeah.
can't think of one single piece of music from Rogue One that stands out
except for Krennic's.
that I can hum. I know Krennic's theme, and if
I can.
if I heard it, I'd go, "Oh, that's Krennic's theme," but I can't. It didn't stick with me like that.
Did John
What's the
Williams
magic
do
of John
Kylo's?
Williams?
The or Kylo's
Yeah,
entrance?
Kylo's and Rey's. Yeah. Yeah, he
Yeah,
did
yeah.
everything in the sequels.
Yep, everything in
Yeah.
the sequels, including Han's. It's not a sequel, but the Han's theme from Solo,
Okay.
which is underrated.
Yeah.
He did the Batu score.
Yeah.
Wait.
Both versions of it. The Savi's one and then the one that's like
Oh, the
walking
Savi's
in.
one's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't wait to do Savi's without a fucking mask.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
I didn't do it with a mask on. I did mine
What?
in Disneyland.
I don't know. I don't know. What kills me is, I mean, if it's their choice, it's their choice. But some cast members are still wearing masks. I'm like, what are you doing?
Dude, here's the thing about choice.
That's
Like, what are you
okay.
doing?
Yeah,
Choice
look,
is fine.
Let's
Choice-
go.
If that's what you want to do or need to do for your own health, fine by me.
Yeah.
Don't make me do it.
I've
Yeah.
made it clear as day. I am against mandates of any sort of kind. And if somebody wants to wear 50 masks on their face to feel safe,
Whatever, dude.
let them do it.
Yeah.
That's what
I
freedom
will.
is. Freedom is not just
That's
me
true.
going like,
That's true.
I think they're a little out there for wanting to do that, but that's them.
Yeah.
I'm sure people think I'm weird for shit I do. So
Yeah. No, I get that. That's a good point.
so yeah. What else we got news wise? I'm trying to think.
there's plenty of news to talk about. That one is interesting. I think him revisiting this character is just such a good idea. Like,
Yeah, that's when it makes
there's
sense.
no
Because if it was
Obi-Wan
like,
theme.
Oh
Like,
right,
think about that.
right.
There's no Obi-Wan theme. Looks like there was no Han Solo theme.
yeah,
He's gonna fucking murder.
that's
I think,
a great point.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be very somber. I'm looking for. I'm so
It's
curious.
gonna
what
have
this
like
theme is
Battle
gonna
of the
be.
Heroes laced into it. I bet. Because that's like what the show's
Oh,
about.
that would be
want something
amazing.
Brand
I bet
new.
it's good.
Yeah.
Well, it's
I do want
brand
something brand
new,
new.
but would like tie into that. How like Rey and Kylo's theme has a little bit of Palpatine's in it. It'll be like that, I think. A little bit of
I'm
Battle
just-
of the Heroes in Obi-Wan.
This took me by complete surprise.
Yeah, me too.
I thought it was done.
I thought
He's
it was gonna be Ludwig.
91 years old.
Yeah.
90,
I just thought it was gonna be
91, something like
Ludwig again. His birthday was what, like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that. I didn't realize
Ludwig.
I have the same birthday as Doug Chang.
Oh, that's
exciting.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Found out the other day. They're like, "Happy birthday!" I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." Did I ever tell you how I ran into him at Celebration?
I think so.
I don't know if you know the story. I was walking through the convention center here, and I'm walking into. It was like the nighttime. We just kind of come and go, like walk around the floor, and I walk in, and he's got like, not bodyguards, but like his entourage is with him, and I walk in, and we make eye contact, and I was like, I kind of like pointed at him, and he was like.
Yeah, you
I
told
just
me that
kept
one. He just
walking.
nods. He's
He
like,
just
"Yep,
nods
it's
and
me."
kept walking. I was like,
He's like, "I'm
That's
Doug."
cool. That's like great interaction. I had the same interaction with Dave Filoni.
Yeah.
Nice.
It
Well,
was
he's
cool.
pretty recognizable because of the hat,
He had the hat on, yeah.
and he's
Yeah,
always
obviously.
surrounded
of
by
course he did.
wolves.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He had a pack of wolves. This is something. And speaking of, we're just going to talk about Halcyon and movie scores tonight. Star Wars Andor has signed Nicholas Britell as the main composer.
See, I didn't know that. I was expecting Ludwig again. Just like keep giving him the stuff, but I guess not.
I think like you don't want to have one. You don't want a one note thing because like.
I mean, John Williams.
But like none of his stuff sounds like. I think that the Book of Boba Fett score sounds a lot like the Mandalorian score.
Yeah.
It's not that different to me.
It was all good
John
except for the
Williams
techno
stuff. There was
stuff
like
in
very
Book
distinct
of Boba Fett.
sounds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it follows a very similar pattern, except Book of Boba Fett starts a lot faster and a lot more impactful than the
Yeah.
Mandalorian theme does.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see that. I mean, it was the same composer.
Or they could have given Giacchino Andor, because those are, quote, like his characters from his movie.
This
But-
guy's done a lot of like more artsy stuff. He's done If Bill Street Could Talk, Moonlight, Cruella,
Oh, he did Cruella?
The Big Short, Battle of the Sexes, more like low budget artsy stuff. Which Whiplash, which oh my god, I love that movie. Did you ever see Whiplash?
Probably
About
not.
the drummer.
No.
It's got J.K. Simmons and then the guy that played Mr. Fantastic in the Fantastic Four reboot that sucked ass.
Okay.
I forget his name.
I know who you're talking
Miles.
That's canon too now.
What's his
I
name?
know.
Miles.
about.
Miles Tennant. Is that
Sure.
his name?
Teller?
Teller. Miles Teller.
Yeah.
Miles Teller. Good pull. But yeah, that's pretty much all the news.
Side tangent about drummers. Have you seen the 20th anniversary drumsticks at Rock and Roller Coaster?
No.
They're
No.
awesome.
Wow, really? That's cool.
I
Yeah.
might have to go get those.
My dad doesn't listen to the show, but I got those for him for his birthday because he
Gotta
plays the
listen now.
drums.
I'm going to send it to him.
And he plays the drums,
I'm gonna
and
comment on his
he
Facebook
loves that
page.
that coaster, and that band
That
more
show.
than I do even. So I was like, I'll get those for him, and I bought myself one too. So go while they're still there.
Speaking of Rock and Roller Coaster, when Courtney and I went on it Wednesday night, I had my saber with me. I had the Youngling
You
Slayer
can't take your blade.
3000. Yeah, and I had the blade. So it was the first time we've ever done that. Walking sort of backstage, like kind of sort of.
Oh, that's a chicken exit you have to go through.
Oh, if you like chicken out.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Okay, that's what that
Yep.
is. Yeah. So
it's literally just like a 20-foot wrap around
Yeah.
the corner. Yeah,
and then you walk right out. Yeah, it's crazy how close it is. And
Yeah.
then you have to drop it off at merch and take a tag. So that was
yeah.
kind
If
of
you're
wild.
solo, you have to just leave it at the front of the park or something. It sucks. Or you can do it's basically a child swap if you have a party like that. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
do. Yeah. So there's a lot of different ways you can do it. So I basically just said, I'm going to do Rock and Roller Coaster in the day and leave my blade in the car. And then after I ride it, I'll go get the blade.
There you go.
Yeah, that's one of the most annoying things about having a saber. But
Do you have to do the same thing on Tower, or can you hold
No,
it on Tower?
I took it.
Tower you can hold it.
I've taken
Okay.
it on Terror. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just coaster because of the inversions and
Yep,
stuff.
I get that. Yeah, totally. Anything left?
That's it.
Okay,
That's
We're
it.
good.
we're bringing back top 10 list next. So
Yeah,
Be on
top
the
10
lookout for that.
Top 10 list is going to be for the next episode. So kind of now the Book of Boba Fett is done. No more.
No more Boba Fett wear.
it'll
Till
be.
season 2.
Yeah, you got to pull
Oh,
that scream out.
yes.
Yeah, you got to.
Let me work on it.
If anybody
Let me
can
work
do it
on
here, it'll be one of you. But I believe Tom could.
Let
pull
us
it
work
off.
on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I forget.
I'll have to dig into the Scourge.
Doesn't he kind of go
Yep.
like, oh, move this way. He goes like, Kenobi! Something like that.
Close. He's like, I could
Yeah.
see it in my mind's eye.
I haven't heard that in forever.
And then he says it twice, and on the second time is when it's more of like a little bit of higher pitched, I think.
Sam Witwer's a fucking genius.
Dude's
I love
nuts.
that
Yeah.
guy. Have you ever watched him on the Schmodown?
No.
Like once or twice.
You know, you and me used to like go head to head with Schmodown. You beat me every time.
Evan would beat us both. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know about that. They don't go wide enough. They're just like, all right, here's the movies, and I'm like,
I think they.
how about you
focus
bring in the video game?
I think they.
How about you
focus a
bring in the
lot-
TV shows?
I think they
Like-
focus a lot in like the prequel era.
Yeah.
Which I know nothing about. I just
Yeah,
don't,
but
I
it's
don't
annoying.
care.
I'm like, how about you bring in
Every
more
time
than
they
just
did,
the
like,
8-9
it
movies?
would always land
you know?
on like the last shot, and they're like, skip. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I could crush. Like, I don't even know the questions. Let me see the questions.
Yeah. It just I wish they would start broadening it out, and because sometimes they'll even go solo, and I'm like, whoa, wow, outside of the 9 saga, good job.
Yeah.
But no, they need to go all the movies
But,
and content, all the
first
content.
top 10 list back after Book of Boba Fett wrapped up.
Top 10 moments in the Mandoverse. That's what I'm calling it.
Mandoverse.
Mandoverse.
So restore the Snyderverse. Sorry, had to get that in.
So that'll be interesting. So check that out. Hear what we have to say about that. That's it for the episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see you on the next show. Until then, stay safe. May the Force be with you.
Always.
Rise, Jedi Knight. Fuck you, Barry.
Fuck you, Cav.